In black and gold, we have the new challenger, Folk STK versus Stanky Panky. Let's go, floppy old Stanky Panky. Let's go. When you gonna get him tuned, buddy? Number 2, when you gonna learn how to drive him, dude? Okay, let's go. Then coming in the back, Craig representing the Dementor Hard Park, dude. Built monster style. Let's go, dude. We got a lot of hype. Bringing it to ya. What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media surfers? I'm your boy Josh with MOFO RC, and today we got an epic freaking battle. Shaky camera battle. Sorry about that, bro. I did not bring my gimbal today. I was not planning on filming. If you hadn't noticed, I've been doing a lot of filming. I've got other videos already on the books. They're already filmed. That we got to be edited, and so we'll get that going. But I had to squeeze this in here, dude. I pulled out Folk STK. If you don't know what that is, dude, go back and watch the freaking videos, bro. Been putting in hella work, showing you how to do all the tips and tricks with text, bro. On video 4 already, and I've got 5 and 6 shot already, bro. So let's get on it. Stay tuned. Stay up to date. Know how to slay, bro. You can apply most of this stuff to any rig, so it doesn't really matter. I'm showing you how to build a slayer and all the slayers and talking about that stuff, but I'm also showing you all the freaking tricks of how to build a rig. So there you go, dude. Tips and tricks with text. Advertisement. Go check it out, bro. Great video series. So I brought out the buggy. I wanted to just run it. You know, it was a great day. This thing, I just wanted to keep running and see where it's at, how happy I am with it. And come on, Stanky Pank. Nice wheels. Then Sammy brought out the monster Stinky Pinky, so which is a Slayer Elite bare bones with a cage on it. And then I saw Craig pulling out the monster Dementor and monster Truckster, and I was like, oh crap, dude, we got to show this freaking battle off. Let's go. So I pulled it out, dude. We pulled out all the stops, dude. We gave them a run for their money, dude. Let me know who you think freaking won. This is not a fair battle at all because their tires hit totally different. So, you know, one rig will make it up where, you know, the other one won't, vice versa. You know, there's going to be obstacles which both can do, and then other ones that only one can do. So that's just the way it goes. But it's very fun to compare and compete. Also, we switched out, and so Sammy drove first. He drove the buggy, and I drove... at the time he's driving Darth Mullet. He'd already swapped out. He got frustrated with the floppy buggy. So let's go ahead and talk about floppy buggy right now. First off, needs to be set up properly. That Elite link set needs the bands, right? It was created, that's what the bands were created for, because it is so floppy. So you have to use the bands properly. Also, the rig requires a level of skill to drive. So this is one of the reasons it's not on Etsy right now, is just because I got to talk about these things. I really got to really get into how to set it up, how to build it, and how to drive it, right? It has its own skills, bro. It's super I don't want to say it's super hard to drive. You just have to learn. It has its own skill set and its own learning curve, so it's not it's not a super tight belly dragger. I mean, it is a belly dragger, but it's not super tight, has insane amount of everything. And so you just have to learn how that's going to work, right? Especially putting big square edge tires on it is going to be really hard, especially when it's like super duper wide. It's going to want to cross up and whatever, and you have to learn how to deal with that. There's just ways of dealing with it, and you just have to learn. Great freaking job, dude. Gold buggy in the front, dude. Folk STK. Let's go, dog. So Craig's Dementor is freaking just a monster running the 68s. I believe he's got some sort of flubs in there, at least in the front. Maybe that could be wrong. They definitely squish all over the place. Oh, no, guy, no. So that was just a bad driving. This rig obviously has that in the bag, but we just have to get it lined up, and it's going to take all the attention, dude. Just the right amount of throttle pop and whatever. Takes a lot of attention to drive such a small, lightweight rig, but it's freaking super fun. And if you watch, freaking Sammy comes in here at the end and just kills it. I think the longest leader I've seen him have in a long time, dude. Just kills it in the STK buggy. So You know, although it is hard to drive, it's maybe not as hard as the Stanky Panky and the Super Duper Sexy Flexy. So there we go. Come on again. Took 3 attempts, dude, but we got it. See how easy it is if you just do it right? Gosh.
Now we gotta follow this monster,
so
dude.
All it has to do is just be in the rear end in the right place, not going too fast in the middle so that it pops over at the back. So I saw this coming. I was like, oh no, Craig, dude, what are you freaking doing to me? I shouldn't have fell over, dude. Gosh. I was doing great in the lead. Now we gotta follow these monsters, dude. Oh my gosh. So the Folk STK is running. It should be a shorty length, but when you reposition the rear shocks outwards and put them on the shock mount, it shortens up the rear end. So it's maybe like 3/16 quarter inch or something like that, shorter than a standard C10 or J will use. So again, it's the same links. It's just when you reposition the lower rear links, it shortens the rear end. So there you go, dog.
Oh, come on,
Sam, it is a super rad freaking mod. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, bro, it's because you have not been paying attention. You have not been watching tips and tricks with text, bro. You gotta catch up. Let's go, Stanky Paint.
You're gonna have a big bite on this.
So right here, dude, he just not in the right position, and you know, the forward and back motion. The rear tires just have super duper grip. You're gonna have to back up way more to reposition with that thing to get it reset and know where you're going, because it's just gonna cross up and go back exactly where it was, probably in a worse situation. So it's not that you can't reposition. I demonstrated that it's amazing at repoing. It's just, again, his tires are probably too grippy for the surface. It's got square edges, which is a big no-no when you're running super flex, because it's going to catch an edge and just run across, dude. So also when you're running, you know, especially on the surface, dude, you don't want to have such grippy, luggy tires, because it's going to cross you up, dude. It's just going to mess you up. It's going to let go and make you look floppy and not good. So all right, here we go. I got my rear end set up. I'm in the right place. Let's go, dude. You can get this, buddy. You can get this. Come on. Make it look clean.
Come on, buddy.
Make it look clean.
Come on, buddy.
Look at him stand up, dude. Let's go. I couldn't go quite as high as Craig did, but, you know, I'm a little tiny guy.
Let's go.
But I thought it looked almost identical to what he did, just not quite as high up the rock, you know. I can only reach so high, buddy.
Your rear end to be like way down.
All right, Craig. All right, Sammy. Here we go. Let's get it lined up. Let's get it lined up. Come on, bud. Let's go. We have to get you with the new steering mod, dude.
Come on.
Get that thing working. But what's going to happen when you have more angle with that, it's going to want to cross up even worse. So you're going to have to make sure that you know, get the band set up properly, weight set up properly, all these type of things. There's a proper weight and a proper band, you know, that's going to have the best performance, and anything else is going to be lacking, or, you know, maybe you pull something better or whatever, or maybe it feels good, but there will be a, quote, best, you know, in my opinion. I've run lots of settings, and you know, you find what works really, really well. So here we go, dude. So I'm super duper freaking stoked on this Folk right now. It's just freaking killing it. You know, what the Folk is just taking the STK link set and just making the most minimalist rig that I can with the most minimal parts required, whether it's from me or anyone else, to get the most bang for your buck. That's what Folk STK is. PO is POE, performance over everything. It's a play on words, dude. And so, you know, it is a budget rig, but at the same time, you're going to find that to beat it, it's going to cost a lot of money and take an incredible amount of work to beat it. So, yes, it's a budget rig, but at the same time, if you can't beat it, is it really a budget? No, it's just properly built. And so it is what it is, and we used, you know, we just made it the best that it could be with what it is, and you can't make it better hardly, dude. It's freaking rad. I freaking love it, dude. I think that thing, my goal is not to take out the 030 motor, the stock motor. I think what I'm going to do is put probably a 50% overdrive gear, or sorry, 50% underdrive gear, on wheels. Let's go, bud. Climb it back up there, Sam.
So
So we'll put a 50% underdrive gear in the rear, and then I want to go to a Lizard Pro, and then you know, we'll just run the 2S probably just like that, and see how it is, just because I love the FMS battery in there, and you know, I don't have so many 3S batteries. But I would like to see, and then 3S, dude, I think that, you know, I'll get some more 3S batteries so I can just leave one in there. And, you know, I think that it would just be absolutely freaking killer, dude, just to run 3S on with the underdrive and, you know, on that little guy, bro. It should be freaking amazing. Probably would be able to handle going like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 BBs in the rear, and then compensating whatever would be needed in the front to keep our bias. You know, I wouldn't do that now because the motor is already struggling. So it's just, you know, we got to keep it as minimal as possible. It's doing great, but with just a tiny bit of weight, I think that it probably would it would just definitely be more stable. It would feel better. As far as like, you wouldn't have to feel, it shouldn't be so gentle, right? But the problem is, you know, if you add that now, it's going to be more gentle because, you know, you're going to have not enough torque. So it's going to yeet, and it's going to want to run. It's going to want to run down the hill. You know, it's just not very good. Not going to be very fun. So we got to keep it as minimal as possible now. And then I'm really hoping, I think it's going to be freaking rad. So stay tuned for that, dude. Also, we got brushless mod, just badass brushless mod, dude. You can't freaking beat it, I promise, dude.
We got it.
Just killer.
We got it.
So all the tricks, dude, tips and tricks with tags. Check them out, bro. There's so many, bro. I've already dropped 4 videos with like hella tricks. Let's go.
You're too wide. I'm telling you.
Dude, I was saying, I wish I could just say, Siri, isolate all of the, you know, isolate all the tricks from, you know, the video, all the tips, and make a short out of it. That'd be so freaking rad, dude. Just, you know, just cut up little couple videos, little, you know, just shot up, chopped up in there. Gosh, that'd be so rad. Too much to do.
Way too small, guys.
Because that's what I really would like to do, to do that and put some really cool video. But like that would take some thought. You have to like get music and crap, and like, you know, if you're trying to keep it in like 15 seconds or whatever, bro, like it'd be cool. It'd be really cool, but that's gonna take a lot of work, and I don't have the time at this moment. So too much to do.
I was just about
because we got to get through this, and we're gonna be showing off all the STKs and deciding exactly what I'm gonna do. So I was messing with the Bach S cooks today, and the rig that was on, and I ended up taking it off, and just wanted to. I hadn't really messed with that link set at all without the Bach S cook, so I put everything inside the chassis just like I was running on Shorty Short, and you know, just got it set up today. So I need to run it, and anyway, so I have one of the videos upcoming is about weights of motors and things. So we're just going to be talking about weight. We're going to have, I'll see if I can't put together a cool chart with all the information that's in the video. And just so everybody can see the difference. And it just makes a lot more sense when you actually like see the chart next to each other, you know, and see these things. It makes a huge difference. You know, because what you have to do to compensate for it is a whole lot. You know, it seems like, oh, it's only 2 grams, but then what you have to do to the rig to be able to keep it to go, it's okay, so you have to do that much. Well, what happens if it's 10 grams? You're like, oh, crap. Well, you know, can you ever even make it up? Maybe not. You might not even be able to ever make back up what it was able to do, you know, just by doing that, you know. So, you know, so that's the whole point of staying light. And just new discoveries, bro. New discoveries. So the next build that we have, that I have shot already, the first build video, is a Gladiator stock swap. But we added a few parts and whatever. We went brushless right away with the new trick. And, you know, so as far as weights go on those, the buggy that's in this is like 250, and the brushless rig Gladiator is like 272. So incredibly light, dude. Cannot wait to show those off. So what's coming on that line is I'm going to see, you know, do we need, you know, am I going to make something, you know, like POE as far as the Gladiator length goes? I don't really know. So
Come on. Come on.
You know, what basically the difference is, you know, the STK has the huge upper links and whatever, and so it means relocating your battery. And so when you use like the rage cage or a stock cage, you have no place for anything. You know, especially if you use the on the older rails, there's definitely no place for anything. You know, because you can't run a bow mount unless you stretch the front out super. You know, and so Folk is really trying to represent like as few parts as possible to get the most benefit. And I don't know that, you know, if I'm going to have a link set that is going to be Gladiator. So, you know, we'll see. It's incredible for what it is. We need, you know, to do a little bit of changes here and there. Or, you know, we'll see how that goes. Again, we just had the first build video. We're going to have to go through tuning or anything like that again. And then I'm going to build basically the same rig in STK. So I'm going to do an ultralight rage cage STK and see how heavy that is and compare, you know, what do we have to do to get, you know, each of them to run the same, you know, like, because at first on the super light end, the rage is going to be a little bit tight, most likely, and so I'm just going to have to see what I have to do to get the rage to keep up at first, and then once we get to a point, the rage will become easier to drive. It will begin to do things that just the POFOK by itself just does not, especially with the straight links. So from there, we'll go into the STK buggies. And we'll just compare weights, you know, from all the way through. We'll see what they can do, which is the quote best, you know, and, you know, basically there's going to be a best in multiple categories, you know, like basically, well, maybe we can find like, you know, the best value and all these type of things. We'll come up with ways of scoring them, or, you know, I don't know. So, but definitely stay tuned for that build series. It's going to be called Tips and Tricks with Tex, and I'm just going to keep it going. There's already 4 videos with the gold buggy, and I think that's going to be, until I can get stuff ordered, that's going to be the last one on that. We'll move on and just leave that as it is. I have another stock swap shorty build to do for Terry. He's going to give me another rig, and so his won't stay that way, but I'm going to use his to do a stock swap that just has the chassis, the skids, and that'd be the diff skids, front and rear, and the wheels. So we'd still have the straight links, and so then we'll battle. So it'd basically I'll set it up exactly the same, minus links, and then we can run a head-to-head battle over some different things and see, like, is it any different? Is it make something easier or whatever, you know? So just to show that, is it worth throwing that whatever it's going to be, $20 or whatever for just those few links? Oh yeah, the steering link would be in the diff set. So I'll come up with a price here on that, hopefully tonight even, and so when you see this video, there should be a price on these things on Etsy for the kits for the STK POFOK. So it's just going to be, I'm going to do a new listing for the OG listing, and it'll be there'll be stock swaps, and I'll try to break this up. There's going to be a lot of different listings in that, and there'll be, you know, I don't know how I'm going to do this, bro. There's so many parts and so many ways of doing this, so I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible, you know, and so we'll probably have like names for stuff, and I don't know, dude. I will include information. If you have not checked out the STK listing, you can go read all kind of different descriptions of all the different parts and what they're for and everything like that. I will try to continue to fill that out or whatever. But as you see, like, we're just so much information I'm trying to get out on so many different parts and things to do. So, and then we got to bring the Elite back out. So once we get through all the STK buggy and all of that and all the potential builds that you can do with it, and we got to get on the Elite again, you know, because the Elite is just the most savage thing ever. So is it necessarily like better than, you know, what these builds are going to be? Well, you know, like, you know, for a comp, then probably no, you know, it's probably not necessary, you know, like, and also it just like, so it just, because of what it is, it can make it like it's like over classified, you know what I'm saying? So, hey John, that's you, buddy. And so, it's basically like overclassed for pretty much most of everything. It's just too much, you know, like, the reason that the Elite is built is just to flex, like as a, not just on the rig, it does flex, you know, but like, it's just flexing, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's the most of everything, the most dropout, the most flex, just the biggest tires, and it still does it. And I know Sammy showed it off and it was struggling, but just go watch Maximus, bro. Maximus is just like, when I drive him, bro, it's just insane. You know, what I do with Maximus is twist him up. That's the purpose, is to make it look savage, right? The whole point is to make it look and do the craziest thing that you can think of in a twisty, gnarly manner. That's what it's for. Like, that's why I built it. That's why I love driving it. So that's not what a competition is. That's not what running gates is. So like this right here, for you guys up in the Northeast that are running 6-inch gates, look at that save, dude. Woo! Great freaking job. Skills.
A big drop for a little
so,
guy.
For you guys in the Northeast that are running 6-inch gates, this guy right here is going to kill your gates with the steering mods and all this stuff, dude. Tips and tricks with text, dude. You got to stay tuned. And so this is just, you're not going to freaking beat this, bro. I promise. And so just as far as budget, what it does for your money, you can't freaking beat it, bro. I'm telling you. I don't know that you can beat it, period, with no matter what you spend. Bring it, dude. If you think you got it, bro, show me. I dare you. Send your rig if it's better, and I'll show you. We'll run it head to head, bro. I'll be fair. So we've swapped here. This is Sammy for sure out in front. And I'm in the Darth Mullet. And we got a cute little doggy here. Cute little doggy. He didn't really make appearance because Sammy kept telling me to get out of here. I would have showed him off. I thought he was super cute. Diesel. Cute little guy. See, there he goes. Sammy's like, get out of here. Get out of here. We're playing cars. Look at Sammy killing it, dude. Killing it in the leader, bro. Joe, show me how long he's been in leader. Longer than this. Go watch a video. Show me. Watch. Usually when he's in a leader, as soon as you pull the trigger, it's flip over. He might make the first one, but he'd be like, yeah, take that. And then off the rock. Dadgummit. Hella funny, dude. Just go watch. It's like a running joke. He hates being a leader. It's not what he intends. It's just what happens, dude. So this is awesome to see, bro. He's picked up the rig. Sammy never drove this, right? This is, we just swapped. I let him drive. Watch him, dude. Like, compared to what he was doing, okay, he flipped over, right? A little too much trigger happens, bro. But back to wheels. Great job, bro. You're still out of the first spot. So he lost the leader, bro, but that's still a great job, Sam. Freaking killing it. So, which is better, right? You watched him drive two different rigs. Which one is better? He had more success with a cheaper rig he never drove before. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Texoma style, dog. It's a terrible business model, bro. Just gave you all the tricks, all the tips, and showed you how to build it the cheapest way possible that you don't need all the cool stuff I do. Let's go, dog. But then once you have it and once you get a taste for it, bro, I got STK lined up right behind it, bro. I'll take all your freaking money. And the Elite, then you step up to Elite, bro. Come on, dog. Like, it's just savage. I wouldn't probably build at this point because the STK is so good and like this is so good. I would not probably build an Elite without going to the other axles. And if you don't get X15s, I hadn't tried it. So, you're kind of on your own as far as modifying the parts because they're just going to be SCX24. Or for guys that have like the Super 8s, I can include the skid. The skids for the differential skid in the front over the steering link. I can include that for the X15s. So it would have to be modified to fit. It should fit. Once I have somebody make one and hear back that it doesn't work, I will obviously include that. And at some point, if I could get a hold of some Super 8s, I will go ahead and make some, or the Mias axles or anything like that. I can make parts, but you have to have them to be able to make them. So there you go. Etsy, let's go, buddy. Sorry, dude. Freaking unprofessional. Turn off your phone, guy. Let's go, dude. Sammy, dude, this is freaking rad. Again, first time up here. You got hooked. Normally we go to the outside of that. It seems kind of counterintuitive on that area right there, but you kind of have to come out this way on the other side of the point. So because what happens is that you catch your tire. And fortunately, he's small enough and was able to work it free. What I was trying to get him to do was to turn to the driver sharp and back up, but then he said he browned out. So what I would have tried is just to not turn my wheels quite so sharp and then back up onto the right rock. That way you could kind of turn, balance, and the wheel would pull up easily.
A little more.
But you know what? That's not what happened. See, he's trying to do it. He's just bound up right there. The tire hits on the steering link, dude. It hits so like it's just so much angle, bro. It's freaking crazy. Not the steering, The tire hits on the link itself, especially when it got bound up right there. I probably need to go ahead and cut it more. So running this much angle, it's going to be better with the Pro rail.
There it is.
So I may go ahead and come out again with the Pro rail in the 1.5 millimeter, so it can be ultralight. I don't know how much that would affect it. You know, it's like one thing. You're like, so do I do a whole 2 builds that are identical? One with Pro rails and one with the OG rails, you know, like, and then you're like, and then also I would need a third one with the 3D rails, right? That's what I was trying to say. So that's really what I would need. I would need 3 freaking rails, you know, the 1.5s in both shapes, and then the normal, you know, Pro rail, which is 3 millimeters, twice as thick in parts of it anyway. With like a built-in slider. So we'd have to run all those, you know. Is it a big deal? Is that like a couple of grams on the rail? Does that affect it in a negative way? It could be a bonus, right? It could be an actual benefit. Adding a little bit of weight on the rail, especially down below the transmission, isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially as you weight up the vehicle. Your axles get hella heavy. It actually can make it feel way better. You know, it kind of feels weird when your axles are really heavy and your chassis is super duper light. You know, you definitely can do some cool things, but it just makes it. It's just weird when you go back to a body. You're like, oh wow, it's like it can do that still. You're like, whoa, it's crazy. Like what you. Anyways, the two will have to battle, and I'll show you what I mean. It's too hard to talk about when not having done it in a minute, and but when you do it and the feeling of it is just like weird after having no weight in the chassis, nothing to pull you over, and to experience and see how the axles respond. It makes the axles work differently together, how they work together, because there's a weight in the middle of them that transfers energy between them. You know, and so how that affects the whole, just the whole thing is you would think that, oh yeah, it's lighter, it's going to be better, and it is, but at the same time, in situations, as your weight changes in your wheels and your weights or your widths and lengths, anyways, it's just interesting. It's like you have to build both. So at some point we will be going back to bodies. We'll obviously have to put like some sort of like C10 or some sort of cool body on these things, or maybe we'll do a because the shorty short is too short. Maybe we'll go to a like a model. So that'd be really cool, because the 25th scale should fit pretty freaking rad on it now. That would be hella sick to do a shafty build with a hard body, dude, and like make it like scale-ish. So it'd be like a class 2 modified. Just hella dope, dude. That'd be so freaking rad, dude. Oh my gosh, I want to do it so bad. So now I got like 18 rigs to build in the next as fast as I can. No reason to spread them out, dude. Let's just get them all built today. That's the way I think, dude. Like, we just got to get them all done. Oh, dude, you see the turds? Yeah, gum, dog.
That's a really thingy thing.
Yeah, gum it. Let's go, dog. Here we go. That's Craig, I think. Yeah, it should be Craig, I think.
Okay, we're going to try it again.
Pretty sure.
I know we got it. I want to stay up.
Let's go, dude. I know this is me. I want to come down this so bad, dude. I know I could do it in Maximus. I'm pretty sure I have. It just needs to rotate around. So Sam's steering, we found out at the end, he's like, I just can't figure it out. I looked at it for 1 second. The plate, the shield in the front is hitting. He's got a brass diff skid, or diff cover in the front, and it's hitting. It's huge in comparison to the stock one. So that's what's hitting. And anyways, that steering link is too long for the TRX4M. And anyways, so I changed it, and he still has an old one.
like 5.
So there you go. But what I told him is just go ahead and heat it up and just smash it together. That way your wheels, you have no toe out, and you know, then it would clear. You don't have to even possibly remove any material. There you go, guys. Quick fix.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that was just too big a bite, bro. Let's go now. Craig is driving the golden STK, bro. Golden POFO. Let's go, dude. He's not a slowpoke either. The stock motor is nice and snappy, bro. I love the feel of it. If I just have just slightly more torque. Again, adding underdrive. This little spot, it may not seem like much, but it's the transition. You have super grippy on your high side, like back end. And then you have very low grip in the front and right rear. So how it transitions, it doesn't really matter how long you are. It can be hard if you don't get that hook, depending. Being super long and wide, you just reach right up there. But in like a normal like gladiator build or whatever, that can be really difficult. And so he had to like jump up and get the hook. You know, definitely, it's just cool. So that's the other thing cool with this stock motor is that it's pretty snappy, dude, and it makes for good jumps. And just can you imagine, dude, if you went to 3S on this thing? It's super duper rad. I know that the stock motor is probably going to get hot, but like you're normally not really pulling trigger much. So, I don't know. We'll see. We definitely will be doing that.
Here, let me try and get that.
But it make for some awesome hops.
Get that, Craig.
Yep. Yep, yep. It's a totally different skill, by the way. You know, I practice slow crawling, elbows, and these type of things. You know, but to plan on hopping from the beginning, the reason why I don't like it is because it's so easy. When you want like intense scale, like you can just make a yip, and make it just jump up anything. You know, it seems. And it's like, yeah, that after a while, you're like, yep, I can yip up it, dude. That's cool. You know, like, and so that's what, like, this is all about slow crawl, and it's just different. So, like, it'd be fun to see how well you can get around in this thing, in something like this, and just not plan on slow crawl.
Yeah, right there. Come on.
You're welcome, Timothy. I'm so glad that you got your package in perfect condition. Sorry that it took forever to get there. I don't know about in the mail or whatever. I was super behind. I will be freaking cranking that crap out this week, dude. I promise. And I want to get caught up, dude. It's my goal, dude. I got all these videos, but I'm gonna try during the day to stay hella focused and really get orders out. You know, like, so I got plastic stacked up and ready to go out. I got to get cleaning tomorrow, dude. Ready to go. And get you guys taken care of. So sorry that I got so far behind, and catching up is a bummer. But you know what? We will get there. Both printers are up and running, going, and getting freaking plastic cranked out. So tomorrow's going to be a plastic cleaning day. Let's get after it. So I sure do appreciate you guys. By the way, tonight's Sunday night, dude. Freaking like 12 o'clock. Rip till you flip.